Hello, friends. Welcome back to the presentation series, part 3 of this particular presentation on automated business performance reporting pack. In my previous presentation, we discussed on how to extract information from a list of data, and this is particularly important for making dynamic charts. In today's presentation, we'll discuss on analyzing information from a particular data set, right? So we'll go back to the Excel dashboard and see how it can be implemented. Okay, so we had this particular Excel dashboard which we prepared. Okay, and we'll go to the detailed reports. So we discussed if we kind of click this particular button, automatically these charts are getting created, right? And if suppose we go to sales analysis, then it will give a breakdown on sales by customer, sales by geography, and sales by product or sales by process. It will also give me information on sales by a particular customer and what is the breakdown of a particular customer. So what it does in the background, it kind of analyzes each of these information, does some kind of summation. So for example, if we have sold 10 different products to customer A, it will add all those 10 different products, and then we'll put it in customer A, right? And this can be easily done using a pivot chart. Okay, we'll see how we have done this, although I've kind of made it through a macro to make it more presentable, but we can also do something like a slicer on a pivot chart to actually analyze this pivot chart, right? Okay, so we'll see how it is. Okay, so here we have a dashboard, a sample workbook which I have taken from the from our dashboard, and this is the data set. Okay, in this data set we have got names of the customer in this particular column, then the geography, and then the product, and then whether it's a value or a volume. So you can have both these features. You can also make a separate column for a value and for a row, but then you need to create two different columns here. So one is for value and one is for volume, right? And then we have got also information on what type of process and what type of business and for which period. Okay, so we're gonna select it, and then we just would like a pivot chart. Okay, automatically it will select the table. I also have named this particular information as table 1. You may choose to do it, but anyways, if you select the whole data, then automatically it will be asking you to kind of indicate the table range, right? You can also put this particular pivot table or pivot chart in an existing worksheet. I have already done this in this particular worksheet. Okay, and then this is the pivot chart. Okay, and the embedded pivot table is somewhere here, which I have hidden it for presentation purposes, right? Okay, so what I've done is basically I have created a pivot chart, and in the fields column, okay, I have take out the field list. In the fields column, I have made a tick mark on geography. Suppose you want to analyze it by geography and then you want to slice it down into various parts, you can do like this. If suppose you don't want to analyze it based on geography but based on such as OEMs, then you can also do it based on OEMs, and then you can use these slicers to kind of slice and dice. So for example, if suppose we want to just discuss this is the geography, this is the kind of revenue or sales by geography for these 2 months, for these 4 months, which is Jan 16 to March 16. If suppose I want to also have a look at how it works for December till December for the complete financial year, calendar year, then you can also have a look at it. It looks a little clumsy because so many information packed into one particular chart. So what you can do is that now suppose you want to understand for a particular OEM such as Ford, how it looks like. So then it will give you an information on Ford, and then if suppose you want to understand for a particular OEM how about the process called casting looking like, then you can understand that what is the sales to for particular part of casting. Like you can see that China and Thailand have much more revenue. Okay. um, and then in this particular thing, in this particular case, we have got only one product called product Rocker. But suppose we choose Chrysler, right? Then we have got Fender. If we choose Honda, then we have got all the four products. So if suppose I just want to talk about only one product, which is product cylinder heads, then I can get this information. So it's pretty dynamic. From looks like you can always change the chart type. You want a pie chart, this is how the pie chart looks like. You can also change the design, and layout for this. This will give you the total one. Okay, so you can do a lot of things from this pie chart, from this kind of data set, by using a pivot chart. Remember, one thing is very important, that is you need to have only one column of data, or at max two column of data. But if you have a matrix of data, it's very difficult to analyze it through slicer if you want to have a complete picture on the data set. Okay, so that's the reason why I've created only one particular column. You can just input data for each of the months as and when it is ready. So for example, it first talks about Jan 15, and then it will go to Feb 15, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then it will go on till whatever is the current date, which is December 16. Okay, so you just need to copy and paste at the end of this to create a dynamic chart. Thank you for watching, guys. You can download this worksheet from our website agilesolver.com.